Hello and welcome to another 5-minute tech tip with Dave Casuto with SF Tech Training. In this 5-minute tech tip, we're going to learn how to touch up photos. This photo is a great photo, but it could maybe use a little bit of touching up, maybe work with the color a little bit. Maybe the client wants you to kind of get rid of some freckles or pock marks, or maybe some like laugh lines here, maybe some stuff under the eyes. So we're going to work first with our spot healing brush tool here. So you can see there it is, spot healing brush. So what I like to do a lot of times when I'm working with these things, I like to kind of create a before and after layer. So you'll see her my layers panel, here she is. And all I'm going to do to duplicate this is to hold down the Alt key on my keyboard and just click and drag, and then just like that, I have a new layer. Now I'm going to come over here to my spot healing brush, and I also like to zoom in a little bit, all right, just so I can really get the details on what I'm working on here. And you'll notice there's something right there I might want to get rid of. So I'm going to make my brush a little bigger. It's another shortcut key for you is the right bracket key, right below the backspace key. And I'm just going to simply click, and it goes away. Now what's actually happening here is that it's sampling of the area around where I've clicked. So here's another example. It's going to sample around that, and it understands that the part that I've clicked on is sort of like the offending area, and everything else is pretty good. Okay, so let me just try this one. Okay, and you get the point. Okay, I don't need to do every single one here. Let me do another one there. Okay, not too bad. Now I'm going to do like these little laugh lines here, but I'm not going to go crazy with it because I still want it to look kind of like natural. So typically you want to come in from the outside, and I'm just going to very easily just do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and a little bit of that. You know, come in just like this, and just I can even just... All right, and let's come over to here a little bit, and I'm just clicking. You can also click and drag. Okay, and let's just kind of do our before and after now, and let's just see. I'm going to zoom back out so you can see. Here's our after and our before. Okay. Now, I might want to do some stuff with under her eyes as well. I could try experimenting with that. You know, and I'll just maybe do a little bit. You kind of just sort of get the point. And just understand in terms of like how the brush works is that you can also adjust the size here as well as the hardness of it. So when you do it, maybe you're not necessarily going so kind of like clean of a circle on it. So you want to have a little more subtlety. You can bring the hardness down a little bit. So if you don't want it to be so strong on there, that's a really good technique to understand how you can do that. So let me just try that one. Okay, I'm going to go a little bit extreme there. See, that's a little bit too much. So you can see how sometimes you have to be a little bit patient with it. And see, that also didn't work out that well. So you kind of want to just go little spots here, and then maybe the hardness was actually pretty good the first time. All right, so I'm going to keep her just like this. Again, you want to keep a little bit of naturalness. Now, the next thing I want to do is maybe whiten up her teeth a little bit. So I'm going to use, if you look over to here, you see that you have something called the Dodge and the Burn tool. What the Dodge tool does is it lightens up little bits and pieces here, where the Burn tool will kind of do the opposite. Okay, what actually makes it darker. So let's just whiten up her teeth a little bit. I don't want to do too much. I don't want it to look fake. So I'm going to go to my Dodge tool, and I want you to notice up on top, I have here what is the range of what it's going to affect, and how much exposure is it going to do. So you kind of want to experiment with this. Like, how bright is this going to be, and what is this going to affect? So I'm going to stay with the midtones right now, and I'm going to keep the exposure right around 50 or so. And I'm just going to make this a little bit smaller, and just click, 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 click. Not doing too much. Again, making it kind of natural. And then maybe I'd even want to come down below into here, get a little bit. All right, and now if you look before and after, see, that really makes your teeth kind of come out a little bit. And then one other one I might want to do, this will be the last thing I do, is her eyes. Like the whites in her eyes, to make that a little bit brighter makes such a difference. And even maybe you want to do this part so it really kind of shows the blue in her eyes. And again, take a look at the difference. Okay? All right, so I'm going to leave it for here for right now, and then I'm going to come back to this photo in another video where I'm just going to brighten things up using an adjustment layer working with levels. All right, and I have another video on levels as well you might want to check out, working with my peacock, and then working with, there's a lion that I worked with, and a few other things. All right, so check those out. Check out some other videos, all kinds of things we got going on with Excel and Word and Acrobat and all that good stuff. Hopefully this is helpful for you. Please send any requests or comments or anything like that my way through YouTube. And also check me out on my website, SF Tech Training. Find me on LinkedIn, all that good stuff, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks.